How I see addiction at frequency level. Let's go. Answering this question, when someone has an opioid addiction or another addiction, what are your thoughts on that? I will tell you. So I know this intimately because most people have some type of addiction or abuse pattern running in their lineage. If that doesn't manifest here in this lifetime with the current family structure that you have, it invariably was the generation before it. Think of like maybe you had a grandfather who was an alcoholic and then that alcoholism transferred into, the maternal line or the paternal line of this generation, but nobody really uses the same way. Meaning addiction and abuse doesn't have to manifest itself as alcoholism or opioid addiction to actually be a victim or abuse pattern. It can manifest as other things like perfectionism, workaholism, control and OCD, video games, gambling, these kinds of things. So for me, I have generational alcoholism, and so I had to take a look at that. I had to take responsibility for the fact that that program was running in my lineage. Basically, it was running in my field. It's part of my records. So I was responsible for cleaning it up for myself. I also happen to be the kingpin for my family, so I clean it up for them too. I see this a lot with people who are typically the black sheep of the family. The healthiest one leaves, I'll tell you that. So I will answer this question in that opioid addiction and other alcoholism addictions start with being a pattern of abuse and addiction first. They're right hand in hand with a victim pattern, lack pattern, like low self-worth, non-deserving. Invariably, this ends up coming with some level of emotional abandonment and in the formidable years. It's not enough to actually will your way into sobriety. I know this. I am almost 12 years sober myself. You really have to do the deeper pattern work around it and a lot of contrary action. You have to be willing to let go of people, places, things that do not support you. Sometimes this is family. You've got to go on walkabout and create your own life. A lot of people aren't willing to do that. Addiction and alcoholism and opioid addiction and things like this, it's really unfortunate because they're highly, highly addicted or addictive. So first, I would say if someone is deep in their addiction, absolutely get some support around this, physical detox, and then start working on the emotional things. Frequency work absolutely can help with this. By the way, frequency work has been wildly proven to cure cancer, so it absolutely can help with addiction. There are deeper emotional layers there. So to answer your question, this, of course, is an addiction and abuse pattern that usually runs hand in hand with a victim, and you can get better. I hope that answers your question.